Council.
It's calling the governor a liar or saying that she is lying to state residents. Among the hot-button exchanges tonight was to a question about how to keep children safe in Michigan schools. First to reply was Governor Whitmer.
The same month as the Oxford school shooting, where 4 children were murdered, 8 were injured, and the community was terrorized, Tudor Dixon posted on her social media a picture of her shooting a gun with the caption that said, "Gun control means using both hands." She is too dangerous and too out of touch to be trusted with protecting our kids. She'll put the Second Amendment before second graders every time. We cannot let that happen.
In her response, Dixon addressed her vision of in-classroom security.
She wouldn't allow protection even inside of the school, where we know that's the best case scenario if we have someone that can shoot down a shooter, shoot down a threat. But she doesn't want anything like that. She wants to make sure your kids are in a sitting duck zone where there can be no guns and there's no protection against them. The idea that she thinks having any type of weapon is too dangerous for the state of Michigan, she'll take all of your guns away.
Governor Whitmer and Dixon are scheduled to meet for a second debate in less than 2 weeks in Detroit ahead of the November 8th general election. Reporting live, John Hewitt, WWJ News Radio 950.
Thank you, John. For a closer look, we're going to dig a little bit at today's debate. We're joined live by Oakland University political science professor Dave Dulio. Hi, Dave.
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for having me.
Sure, no problem. So what stood out to you this evening?
A couple things right off the top. The tone was the first thing, right, where we have the constant back and forth between the candidates, each of them questioning the other's truthfulness throughout the debate, both of them calling each other dangerous, at least at one point during the debate. And the other one for me was less to do with the candidates and more about the questions. By my count, there was nothing on the economy until about 45 minutes in. That surprises me, given the fact that the poll that was in the Free Press today indicates that the economy, inflation, gas prices is the top issue for the most voters in Michigan these days.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Now, figure the undecided voters right now. You figure we'll call it about 10%. Does that sound about right? Undecided voters.
Yeah, sure. I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
So did tonight? Do you think that swayed any of those?
So I think Tudor Dixon and Gretchen Whitmer had different goals going into this, and I think they both accomplished what they were looking for. And I say that as a preamble to your question there. Tudor Dixon really needed to introduce herself to Michigan voters. She's got still about 15% of the state that doesn't even know who she is. Gretchen Whitmer, she's got her base. Everybody knows who she is. She was targeting independent voters, persuadable voters, the undecideds that you mentioned. And, some of her comments throughout, I think, were clearly targeted at those folks. She talked a lot about her bipartisan approach to governing, which is something that those independent voters, those persuadables, those undecideds really like.
Now, you were talking about how a lot of finger pointing about lying. Did you feel that anyone landed an unexpected point?
Unexpected, maybe not, but I do think that Tudor Dixon, maybe her best, most effective point of the night was when the candidates were talking about crime, and Tudor Dixon hit Governor Whitmer on her let's say call it soft support or soft support of the defund the police movement, and saying that she supported the spirit of that idea. She hit her on that. The governor retaliated a little bit, and then Tudor Dixon came right back and hit her again on it, and really followed up effectively with a note about some video evidence that she would point to back up her claim. So I thought that was maybe one of her most effective points of the evening.
Okay. All right. Dave, thank you. We got Dave Dulio with Oakland University, political science professor. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right.